BYD has landed its Shark Ute at a sharp price of $69,990, which makes it a tempting proposition. But will its hybrid powertrain appeal to the typical Ute buyer? The Shark 6 will be the first plug-in double cab on the market when it arrives in late December, beating the Ranger, which is due mid-2025. The Shark is based on the same hybrid tech as the Sea Lion, with 2 motors and an engine outputting a combined 321 kilowatts and 650 newtons of torque. With a 29 kilowatt-hour battery, BYD says it has an EV range of up to 100 kilometers. We had a brief drive of what they call a pre-production vehicle. Evidently the truck pictured isn't quite what we'll see here. BYD NZ has requested a few tweaks to the steering tune and roll bar settings, so we'll reserve judgment until we drive the actual NZ spec truck soon. We didn't have time to check its ultimate range, but we gave it a burst off the mark. BYD quotes a 0 to 100 time of 5.7, however, we couldn't quite replicate that, clocking 6.3 seconds. The BYD is better on fuel consumption, quoted figures being 2 litres per 100 k's or 7.9 in hybrid mode. Towing is rated to 2,500 kgs braked, which is 1,000 kilos less than the sector norm, but with all that easy torque, it should haul stuff okay. It has a full-size tray, and a handy feature is the trio of 3-pin plugs in the well side to run your equipment. The interior quality is tops for the class, almost too good for a Ute. Backseat passengers do well for space too. It might be a hybrid, but it feels more like an EV on the go. The power rolls on smoothly. It's a big truck, bigger than a Ranger even, and it feels it on the go, wide and commanding. The steering assistance is a tad inconsistent, hopefully to be sorted with that retune. Sending the Shark through a bend, there's some roll at the rear, which in turn upsets the front end, the tyres scrubbing a little too easily. So hopefully that roll bar fettling will sort that too. The suspension is by double wishbone front and rear, but it still has a separate chassis. And the ride is okay, it's fairly settled, but the rear end is not immune to larger bumps, which send a jiggle through the cabin. This Shark is impressive, but will a market segment obsessed with capability be willing to compromise on tow and payload for lower emissions? We couldn't help thinking this would be a good platform for a big 7-seater SUV. No doubt it's in BYD's future product plans.